Welcome to the channel. This is Wasabi. Yeah, the last Frontlines in May. We're on that channel, coming up and at the attacking side, clearly. Moving on to the left side of the area to spot enemies and take shots, of course. We're in the Progetto M46, and yeah, let's see how we go. So apologies, it's been quite a delay in getting a video out. Haven't been there for a little while. So the first thing I'll do is just come up to this area and see if there's anything lurking there that might try and shoot me as I cross the bridge. And you can see we just spotted another Progetto, but he's pulled back, so I think it's safe to go across. So clearly as you're crossing, you're subject to side shots, which will always pin. So we can see there's a few highlighted tanks at the back there. But so far we haven't been spotted, but we'll see if we can pick up anything on that side. So they're a bit behind the cover on that side, so I'll leave that for the moment. Try that SU-130. Get a shot into him. He's killed before we take another one. As you can see, we're in the Progetto, which has got an auto reloader. As you take more and more shots, the reload gets longer, so if you only need to take one shot, then yeah, don't take the second, as it will just cause it to take longer. But yeah, it's at your disposal if you need all three. So I'll just move back and forward carefully here to make sure we're not spotted, and keep out of any artillery that might be put on here. This is obviously a common spot for artillery to land. And we're just turning around now to see if that Centurion below needs to be attacked. So tanks are pulled back from that side. There's a couple of tanks over there, including the Scorpion. He's gone down before we get a shot off him. So we're just going to take our opportunities as they arise from this location. The EBR is there scouting, but he's trying to push that guard back, so we managed to get a shot into the guard. And he goes behind cover, so we can't really get much more into him. One of them misses or doesn't pin. And we just try a third shot on him in case that goes on. But yeah, dies again before we manage to get a safe shot on him. So depending on how the enemy are pushing, this is a pretty good spot to be in. Often the ones that are trying to push back the attackers when they're on the circle will come up and be accessible from this place. But there's also not a whole lot of protection from artillery in this area. So we're moving back now to see if we can get some shots on the Centurion. So, which we managed to do. He's pulled back again. So just keep an eye on him. Now that's the sound of a dead tank blowing up. This is one of the effects in this game, that when a tank is available to be replaced and respawn, it blows up, which is, can be a bit interesting when you're there. So see an IS-6 there and get another shot into his side. So on the occasion I used all 3 of the shots. Got plenty of time and safety to reload, so time's just the factor there. You can see the first shell is just reloaded. If I keep shooting that, it will just keep longer and longer. Now what's just appeared below shows the 1 slot that I've got available for extras, which is artillery, has become available. And you can see the effects there of the artillery from other tanks. It's basically all come available at the same time for the same type of feature. So I'm now going down to help the cap process. As you can get more experience from capping if you cap successfully. You can see the effects of the explosions are going on visually. So quite a few tanks on cap, but that means we've captured this successfully. They can't get rid of all of us too quickly. Now you can see got promotion to Sergeant simply as a result of that. So I'll head over to the resupply circle, which will give us some repairs and restock ammo. Now there's lots of planes flying overhead as part of the normal game, but you also have to keep an eye on whether the planes are flying sort of north-south or south-north, which indicates that they're spotters set off by one or the other team, because you can basically be spotted in just about any location on that basis. And you can just see the dashed line that indicates the demarcation of the zones. We've got to wait until that's clear before we can charge in. Similarly, the tanks from the defending side have to vacate that area before that time, or they'll get destroyed by rocket fire from the game itself. So we're going to move up and basically take shots from whatever the lights light up. You can see this. And here you'll see even across the map, he's moving backwards and forwards in cover. So we'll just reload again. And you can see there are tanks that wait on the other side of the map from here, trying to take shots on tanks that come alongside. But our team's acting pretty aggressively, which is good. We're just going to move up, try and keep the spotted tanks in our view circle. So here I'm basically trying my artillery function to let that off. Doesn't really come up well in the replays, unfortunately, so you don't really see the effect, but that's me spotting where I've an enemy tank has been sitting and trying to create some damage. So you can see our group is capping again, so I'm just going to move up and support them. So the green circle indicates Inspire, which is another function that tanks can put on. And you saw the smoke effect as well. So the aggression's paying off to an extent. You can just see then we've been damaged fairly severely by incoming fire, which is to try and reset, but nonetheless we've managed to capture, which has both added more time and gained a bit more experience. So again, we'll push forward, look for a resupply, which is there with the gear icon on the map. And you can see one of the objectives over in the distance with the number 5 on it indicates one of the gun turrets, which you have to destroy 3 out of the 5 to win the game in the time allowed. So here we're resupplying, getting more hit points back and resupplying the ammunition. Now we're going to head over to the far east of the map to support the push on that side. We were going to, but now we're seeing some targets on the B part of the map that we want to try and put some shots into. So this is P-44 Pantera, which is the non-premium version of this tank. Yeah, sniping's not the greatest strength of this tank, but what I'm trying to do basically is keep this tank alive. So I'm trying to train the crew and get them up to as high a level as I can. So we're just going to move up here and see if we can spot some tanks on that B side. You can see the points on the map where they were last seen, so it's potentially there's some still around there, although the EBR is going there to highlight them, so if he spots anything. And there's Scorpions over there, but just outside our view range, so we can't see them to attack them. So rather than going to that part of the map, we're going to head forward and just keep supporting the team's push up in this sector. You can see the indicator that the gun 5 emplacement's being attacked. You generally have to be to the sides or the rear of it to be able to penetrate the armour on the gun. Although there are some weak spots on it, so depending if you're in the right spot, you can do that. Now it looks like the A sector, the team is still trying to get off the beach. That can be a real problem on that side. So we took a shot from the Carnarvon there. We haven't spotted him, so we're obviously being lit by something, so we're just going to pull back out of range. Alright, so that's 2 of the objectives that have been taken out. Now I'm basically running back to the resupply point. See shells whizzing by. Now each resupply point has a timer on it, so you can't come back straight away, but it's pretty much within about 2.5–3 minutes you can return. While I'm doing that, I'm trying to line up my artillery. So you can see there's airplanes flying over, that's indicating spotting going on. So if you stay in one place too long, you'll generally attract either artillery or an airstrike. So we're going to go around now and see if we can pick up this RHM Borsig, or the Rheinmetall Borsig. So he's just taken out one of our team, but he's moved back into cover, so we get one shot into him, but so he's one-shottable, but he's behind hard cover. Alright, so down to close to 2.5 minutes, but that's just been extended because Sector A has been captured at last. And he's been captured, so there's another there. So I've got the batch at 12T. And he's just poking his turret out. And you can see what happens basically when you get spotted, and that's killed my vehicle. So respawning, I'll get back in about 20 seconds from now. And at this point you can choose which sector you want to go back in, apart from where B is showing currently is being blocked because there's too many players there. So we can either go back in F or in A. Alright, so we're in the LT-432, which is the Russian Tier 8 premium light tank, and we're in F, so we're basically trying to use our view range to basically provide shots for our team, not that that's many in this sector. As it turns out, so we're just going to see what opportunities we've got. I think this is TS5 on the resupply, so we're going to try and deprive him of some of the health that he's just regained. And he's behind cover, so we're not getting spotted. And this is going to turn into a little bit of a duel here. Now the problem with these games, if they end too early, then you don't end up with a lot of experience out of it. You can see we've killed 2 of the targets already, and there's only 1 more. So if the third one goes down quickly, then the game will end. But hopefully that won't be the case. So we're just heading around here to see if we can pick up either the Borsig or the TS5, who we saw backing away on this side. And we got spotted by something going there, and there he is, that's the TS5. So he's basically trying to cover me. And he's got to engage 2 vehicles at once. So he managed to put a shot in me, but I'm just going to try and circle him now. And so we've set him on fire. 1 more shot and that will do it. There he goes. Alright, so it's a good result, but as we're close to the resupply point, we'll just tactically go and resupply now. The other thing you'll notice is the light tanks have got 2 slots for extras. So on this one I've got airstrike and artillery. But there, I've been spotted again. EBR must have spotted me, and the 6th sense went off. So I'll just get down out into cover, try and get unspotted. And he's coming after me. So we hit him, but yeah, you can't. I get tracked, but he doesn't. Get some damage, but you can see their auto aim is pretty good. I managed to hit his tracks again. And now I've got heavy tanks shooting at me as well. I've killed my driver, so I need to fix that. And here he comes again. And that kills me. So time to choose another tank again. So the team's progressing pretty well. We've got all sectors apart from the top three across all fronts, so and about 5.5 minutes to go, so a good chance that we'll win this game. But again, the key to getting the most out of it is to have the longer games. Alright, so we can go in again. I've got the battle button ready. And we're just deciding which thing. So what I was doing there actually was waiting for the timer for the Progetto to become available. So rather than picking the even 90, I just waited 10 seconds longer. And you can't wait forever with that. You do have to pick a tank within a certain amount of time, and if you don't pick it, the game will pick it for you, coming from whatever tier rates that you've got available. So at this point, all the scouting shows that the last part of the map on this side is pretty much clear of enemies, so we're going to run down the railway line here and try and come around the top of the city looking for artillery, which will often sit in the middle sector, back in the hills there. So we've got a T-44 that's in that space already, but yeah, we'll see what we can find as we go around there, and if we can't find anything there, we'll come back around the top of the city. So T-44 spotted a GW Tiger. And it looks like he's been hit by the artillery. So there might be more than one there. And he's been taken out by an artillery strike, which is possibly the artillery themselves carrying that. There we go, this GW Tiger spotted again. So we've taken out one, and then IS-3's come down off the hill. Clever spot to be in an IS-3, sniping from the back with a heavy gun. So he's shot up and missed. And tracked me, but there's an LT-432 at the back there shooting as well. So I'm just going to get into cover. And we're pulling into the city here to support this IS-3 and try and attack some of these tanks. Seeing if there's any shots on the hill, but they're all behind cover. And here we found the 432 looking for someone, so we put a couple of shots into him. And gets all 3 shots in. And so we're just going to take the reload. See if we can farm some more damage. And we managed to take out that T-44 Pantera. So time to reload again. see the enemy all basically trying to retreat to the hill. So it uses all 3 of our shots. So we take a hit from the Progetto on the other team and try and back up out of the way while we're reloading. 20 seconds left in the game. Six seconds, and 2 seconds to go, the third objective gets destroyed, which makes it a victory. So, not a bad result. Just under 7,000 damage, most of it in the Progetto, which is good. So we get some reasonable damage out of that. We're not that high on the team in the sense that we only get captain. That's mostly because other tanks are spotting for us, but nonetheless made just under $200,000 in credits, which is one of the real benefits of the front line. So not only are you training your crews, you're also making pretty reasonable credits over time. So even though the battles are longer, yeah, you get some pretty good benefits out of it. So thanks for watching. Yeah, not a fantastic game, but a reasonable game nonetheless. We'll try and do better as we go through each one, really trying to build up my medium tank skills. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.